A nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm throwing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80 lunch, 80 lunch. Long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to in-glass, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. To master enterprise, and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts on how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. A nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm sewing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. Stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80 lunch, 80 lunch. Long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches at my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to in-glass, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise, and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts to how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. A nigga nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm throwing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch, the milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 88. Long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches at my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to English, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste.
Yikes, man.
God damn.
Goddamn is right. Goddamn is right. There's never been a more perfect time for your goddamn ever. Bro. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Not again. Yeah.
I just realized what you did, and we're going to skeet on past that. So.
This shit was fire.
Jeez, man. Jeez. Wow. We got a lot of stories. Again, apologize for the little longer wait screen. There is news dropping left and right. Bro. Jesus. We got a lot of news to talk about here today. We got news. We're going to start you guys off with the news that everybody is talking about. All you guys are talking about it in chat. Seth Rollins. Wow. Absolute. Wow. What do you even say, bro? What do you even say? Absolute. Man, we'll get to it, bro. We'll get to it. We got news on Seth. We got news on Okada. We got news on Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Andrade, Cora Jade, Vince McMahon, Damian Priest, Mercedes Moné, Gable Steveson, Elimination Chamber, Jim Ross, WWE 2K24, Brian Keith. Yeah. We have news on Brian Keith, ladies and gentlemen. God fucking Lee. Dark Side of the Ring. We got a bunch of good news here today for you guys, man. It's going to be a jam-packed episode. Man. Wow. Man, we'll get to it, bro. But let's not waste any more time, bro, and let's jump right onto the intro. So, what is going on, everybody? We're back with yet again another edition of the Notorious podcast, another edition of the news. This is episode 197 of the podcast, man. If this is your first time watching, guys, do not know how the show works. Every Monday, we are on here with the Notorious Unscripted, and every Friday, we are on here with the news, man. If you guys did miss this past Monday's edition of the Notorious podcast, is Tony Khan worried about everything else other than his TV?
Yeah.
Other than his television, and his television quality, rather. Is Tony Khan worried about everything else, man? We talked all about the shit Homecoming. I mean, man, me and Sir K have been very critical of AEW lately, and for good reason. And it all comes from a place of love. It all comes from a place of love. We've been very critical of AEW, man, but that might have been, I feel like I say this every fucking week, that might have been one of our best AEW rants. I know that's not saying a lot, because it seems like whenever we hit the AEW ball, all we hit is home runs. All we hit is grand slams. So, if you guys did miss that, that is available for you guys on all platforms. That is Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and if you want to see it first, join us right here live every Monday after Monday Night Raw for Notorious Unscripted, man. Also, if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official Notorious Hills Podcast merchandise, you guys can now find this live on the merch shop. That is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, man. You got all 8 of these beautiful designs and more available on there for you guys, man. You have the Chicago flag design. You got the Biggie-inspired Uncrowned Kings of the IWC design. You got the base logo design, the Riddler-inspired IWC's Best Kept Secret design, the Notorious World Order design, the Chicago flag edition, the classic black and white, and the Wolfpack red. You got the Notorious Grand Slam design, the Scratch logo, and the Only Community That Matters. All 8 of these beautiful designs, plus more, are available for you guys live on the merch shop. Again, that is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video. And yeah, man, so if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know who we are here at the Notorious Hills Podcast, I am Johnny Mayhem, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. How's it going, man?
Going good, man. It's going good. Just been waiting, man. Waiting for Mania, waiting for Rumble, waiting for a multitude of other things, man. But other than just waiting, I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. Just waiting for shit to finally happen and get solved. So it's a process. It's working, man. But I'm going, man. I'm doing all right. Just waiting, man. Just waiting. Like Durante always asks, man, how's life? How's the family? Life's good. The family's good. How is everybody doing in the live chat today? And how's everyone doing in the replay if you're watching it back? What about you, bro? How are you doing?
Doing good, man. This is the first day in like 2.5 weeks where I haven't woke up with some sort of throat ache, which is phenomenal. Step in the right direction, so finally getting myself back to where I should be, health-wise. So that's good. That's good. Dude, literally in 1 week will be January 26th, the day before the Royal Rumble. We'll be doing the Royal Rumble predictions literally next week, man. So we're like right there. We're like right there in the mix of that season. So always an exciting time. Always love Royal Rumble time. Always love this. Always love this time of year. Always love this time of year getting into WrestleMania season and stuff like that. But other than that, man, getting my health back to, where I should be. So, it's been a rough 2 weeks now. It's been a rough 2.5, almost 3 weeks not being able to work out. So that's just been great. Totally not. But finally getting back to that point, man, finally getting, myself back to that point where I know I should be. So that's exciting. That's exciting as always. But yeah, very interesting season. And like Logan says, man, this season has gotten even more interesting with what is going to happen, what is going to happen with all this Royal Rumble shit. Being that now we don't know where to look for Seth. We don't know where to look when it comes to Seth Rollins and his stuff. But as Durante says, yeet. As Durante always asks, I'm good. Family's good. What about you, Durante, Logan, Bell, OG? Thank you guys for being here, man. And thank you guys as always, man. Thank you guys as always for being here. We love having you guys as always. And you guys are cooking in chat so far, man. You guys are cooking, as always. But dude, this I'll say it right now because, and hopefully this is not the case. But to quote Bell, let me find it. Yeah, God, where is it? Yeah, I just hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. I really hope for the best because Seth was such an intricate part of fucking WrestleMania this year. This is WrestleMania 40. This is 40 years of WrestleMania. This is going to be a huge deal. And again, Seth Rollins earned that main event spot against CM Punk. And it just, I'll say it, it's very reminiscent of Tommaso Ciampa's injury. That's what it's given me flashbacks to. I mean, guys, most of us here, I'm sure, were NXT heads. Just the heartbreak when Tommaso Ciampa got hurt before NXT TakeOver New York. Dude, the timing, the horrible timing on that injury, and just how, as a wrestling fan, it really just takes your heart and it rips it right out of your fucking chest, bro. It sucks. This is horrible, but I really, really hope I really hope that's not the case. But with the injury at hand, I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, it's not looking good, dude. It's not looking good, but this is very reminiscent of that, bro. It really is, for me at least.
It really is, man. It's a scary time to see with everything going on right now. How they're gonna do this. Seth deserved this. We've been talking about it for so long.
Yeah.
Seth deserved that main event spot with CM Punk at WrestleMania, and it looks like at this point he might not be getting it, man, and that really fucking sucks for the man, and I feel so bad for all he's done. He might have to miss it, man. It's horrible, and I just hope they could find some way to make it right, man, either when he comes back, what they're gonna do with him, but it's a very sad situation, and it's very reminiscent of that Tommaso Ciampa injury. And I just hope they can make right out of this, because it's gonna suck, man. It's gonna really suck.
Yeah, absolutely. And another reason it really reminds me of the Tommaso Ciampa injury is these guys are world champion, and it always sucks when people get hurt. But there's just something more about somebody getting hurt in WrestleMania season, because you just know this time of year means so much to these guys. And again, they were both world champion going into their WrestleMania season, and they were both set to main event their respective shows. Tommaso Ciampa, TakeOver New York. Seth Rollins, WrestleMania Night 1. And God, it sucks. And Seth has just been a fantastic world champion. He really has. He's been a fantastic world champion, and it sucks, man. It sucks, that this. It sucked that now had to be the time that something like this happened. It really, really does suck, man. It really does suck. But let's discuss it, bro. Let's discuss it. So the original report was, reporting that Seth Rollins was injured. So according to a report from Wade Keller, from PWTorch.com, a backstage, according to a report from PW Torch's Wade Keller, he left with backstage sources in the company. Seth Rollins suffered a leg injury during the world title match against Jinder Mahal during Raw. Seth Rollins was helped to the back after the match. The good news is that he was able to put weight on it when he got backstage, and that he was walking under his own power, but he was limping. If you watch the show, it was clear at the end of the match there was a concern from Rollins because he knew he was hurt. While it was not clear when the injury happened, you could see him favoring the leg after he did a dive at ringside onto Mayhal. Rollins continued the match and then defeat Mayhal to retain his championship. Again, the good news is that he was able to put weight on the leg, but that would suggest that it's nothing that will keep him out over several months. We'll have more answers after he gets evaluated. So that was the original report that we heard. And, obviously, that in itself is very scary. So as we progress through the week, we've then heard that the injury may be worse than all of us thought. So Wade Keller first broke the story that Seth Rollins is injured. He went on to say on the PW Torch podcast that the current mindset is not good about Rollins, but it's unknown how bad it is. Wade says, connecting some dots, I'm thinking it's not good news, but I don't know how bad the news is. The reason for that is I've asked a bunch of people, some of whom would likely be privy on what's going on, who won't comment. I understand that there's internal policies on that, but I would think if he was fine and he walked it off, then we would be hearing that. Now, it's possible that they're going to do a story on television because of some of the news of Seth Rollins' injury has gone crazy. They could be doing some type of storyline to play into TV and go from that situation on where Seth's knee is not that bad. And play it up as if some sort of storyline. So I'm throwing it out there. As the caveat of the on the hunch that I'm going to get back from colleagues of his and people in WWE. They either think it's bad news and WWE's going to announce that Seth will be off TV, or they're just going to run some more tests and play it into a possible storyline. But they want to control the narrative on him at this point because people know people who are in the know aren't commenting. So that was the other report that we heard is, obviously Wade Keller saying if Seth was good, then odds are that they could be hearing that, or they would be hearing that, Seth is good. But like he's saying, it's a little concerning, that they're not hearing that. So that was the other piece of news that we heard on Seth. And, that obviously is where you start to get a little worried. You're not hearing. I mean, obviously, you're not really supposed to disclose, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So, that's kind of a 50-50 road there is, it could be a good thing because WWE could be maybe wanting to play up to it, like he says, control the narrative, play up to it a little bit, and they're not supposed to legally mention stuff like that, like he says, they have policies behind that kind of stuff. And then on the other hand, it's, like he says, if Seth was good, they'd probably be hearing, oh, he's fine, but they haven't heard anything like that. So seriously, I really don't know. That's why I always like to do my normal person recaps for you guys, because to read these things, seriously. So, and then on the other hand, like he says, if they were to be hearing that, if they were hearing that Seth was good, they would hear that Seth was good. And the fact that they haven't heard that he's good, it's very concerning. So that was the Rollins news up until today. Right. Well, I mean, there's a little bit more that happened throughout the week. So yesterday night we started hearing that WrestleVotes is reporting that Seth Rollins will address his health and future as the World Heavyweight Champion this Monday on Raw. This Monday on Raw was already must-see television because of CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. But with this news of pretty much this I mean completely tilts the axis on WrestleMania 40. And this is huge. I mean, if Seth can't go, what do we do?
Fuck. What do you do with Punk?
Do you do... I don't know about you guys, but I don't really care to see Damian Priest walk into WrestleMania 40 as the fucking world champion. I don't...
No,
to be 100% honest, at this moment in time, I don't care to see Damian Priest as world champion at all. Not saying...
No,
not, you know, exactly. Not saying it's completely out of the question, but like, look at who they have on Raw. I'd fucking rather see half that roster as world champion before I see Damian Priest as world champion. I mean, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Gunther, Seth Rollins, fucking main event Jey Uso, Bronson Reed, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa. Who'd you say?
Sami Zayn.
Yeah, Sami fucking Zayn. Oh my god, Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre. I mean, dude, I listed 11 names right there. Finn Balor. He's not even the most sought after guy in his group to become the World Heavyweight Champion.
It's really not. He's really not. Like, this, to be honest, yeah, if this injury is legit and Seth got to be out, I think the perfect person, in terms of who deserves it to fill that spot, might be Drew, man. I really think.
Oh yeah,
might be Drew.
Which?
Okay.
Which? If Drew finishes his story, do you do Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 40?
I like that. You could also do a triple threat. Him. Oh, wait, you're gonna do Jay and Jimmy. That's probably still the plan at Mania anyway. So I can't really do it. I would love that. I think Drew and Sammy for that thing would be dope as shit.
Or you do Drew versus Sammy versus Punk.
I like that.
Just an idea. That could be really good. And I would give the World Heavyweight Championship to Sami Zayn, but that's just me. That's just me. That's just me. But
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna. I honestly don't even know where the fuck I was going with that. So what are you gonna say?
I don't know what I was going to say much either. But like, who would be going in champion? Is there a champion going into Mania, or is this for a relinquished title? How would you think they could do this?
That's very true. That's very true as to how they can do this. Personally, if Rollins does have to vacate, Elimination Chamber's right around the corner, so you know, vacant World Heavyweight Championship Elimination Chamber. I like the sound of that. You could put it on Drew. You can put it on Drew there, and then Sammy's got the story because Drew put him out. Drew's now the champion. Drew could be this, you know, asshole that makes fun of Sami Zayn because he still hasn't got the world championship, and Drew got it. Drew got to finish his story before Sammy got to with his. Sammy and Drew, I like the sound of that. And then if you want to throw CM Punk in there too, you could throw CM Punk in there. I mean, then again, he could be Rusty Phil. So putting him in a triple threat match could be a good option.
Exactly. That might be the best option for good old Rusty Phil, man, because we don't know how Rusty Phil still is.
Exactly.
And if you don't put Punk in that, what could you do with Punk other than Seth? That's like really meaningful. It's tough.
You could put him against, I see a lot of people, you know, saying the Austin match, but I feel like there's more productive things we could do with CM Punk. Yeah. I mean, Austin is a spectacle, you know, but then again, there's a lot of factors that go into that. Is Austin going to want to do that? You know, that you got to think about that as well. You could do Punk in Austin. You could do Punk and it's hard. It's really hard for CM Punk. It's really hard for CM Punk, which is again why I do like the sound of Sammy versus Drew versus Punk. I do like the sound of that. I do like the sound of that. But
you get the vibe in there from those two that he's trying to steal their spotlight, and although they don't agree with each other, they don't like that from Punk either. So they kind of got a common enemy in Punk there.
that is true. That is true. But then again, we have not seen Sammy interact with Punk, so we don't know where their characters stand with each other.
Yeah,
you know
exactly. Crazy.
Oh, imagine that. All this leads to fucking Sami Zayn getting the fucking World Heavyweight Championship, dude. Oh, they're trying to make me cry at WrestleMania again. That's what's going on.
I think you will be crying because I don't love it. He wouldn't win. Plus, I think that might be even better for a Sami Zayn storyline if he doesn't win this one. Maybe even at SummerSlam. That might enhance the Sami Zayn story, but
or WrestleMania 41 in Minneapolis, but that's just me. I could be there for that.
It's if we get that shit. I don't even know.
Because here's the thing. Sami, regardless, Sami Zayn is... Well, first of all, if Drew gets the championship, Drew's not a kind of guy I would want to see as a transitional champion, so I think SummerSlam would be like a decent time. And, I think it would tell a lot for the Sami Zayn story to fail again. I think that would be, something, like I said, for the Sami Zayn story, that would be good. But the other thing, the other thing, like I said, is I don't really would like to see Drew as the transitional champion, but whether it's Drew McIntyre or Gunther, I see Sami Zayn being the triumphant babyface to beat one of them.
I can see it.
So,
plus, I love Gunther, but I don't think it'd be a good look if he just basically dropped the IC just to instantly go for the world like that. I say have him lose the IC title in a genuine way, and then go for the world title.
Either that, or I see a lot of people saying, do the Keith Lee, become the double champ, and then have him relinquish the IC title to keep him undefeated.
I could see him doing that too. I could see that.
I could. Would it be nice, for him to put somebody over? Yes, but if WWE is really keen on keeping him undefeated, if that was really a big priority of theirs, then I could absolutely see them going that route. And I mean, that's not horrible. That's not horrible. Like I said, I would like to see him put somebody over, but then again, like I said, if WWE is really keen on keeping him as a dominant and strong world champion, then I could absolutely see him relinquishing the IC title, and then maybe Triple H stunting on him a little bit and doing a tournament for it. I think would be pretty decent. Because I don't hate the idea of him relinquishing it. I didn't hate it when Keith Lee did it. As long as it makes sense. As long as it makes sense, man. And I mean, in Keith's thing, in Keith's situation, he gave up that championship to give opportunities to people that haven't got them yet, for the North American title. I mean, it's something, it's something that they could do. It's something that they could do, but, like I said, if WWE is keen on keeping him undefeated, I feel like that's something that they would do.
I think I could see it, but I really wouldn't mind. I mean, look at Roman. He got lost. That wasn't for his world title. He's just fine. He doesn't want anyone dominant, so I wouldn't mind him losing the title at all. I think that might be the best course of action. Yeah,
me neither. Like I said, I would love to see him put somebody over, but it all depends on where WWE's mentality is. If it's are they keen on keeping him dominant? Because, again, you can keep somebody dominant with a loss, like you said, or are they keen on keeping him undefeated? It's really
Exactly.
where their mindset is. Do they, like I said, do they want him to be dominant or do they want him to keep that undefeated streak? So, it's interesting to think. It's interesting to think about, man. But WrestleMania, like I said, going back to Seth Rollins, man, this really tilts the axis on where we sit with all this stuff. So, it's being said on Monday, Seth Rollins is to announce his future and his health, future of the World Heavyweight Championship. Another scary thing, WWE are no longer advertising world champion Seth Rollins for the next few weeks of Raw on their website. This sucks, but this is, again, if Seth is good, I'm telling you right now, this man is going to be out for the duration of February, and if we do get him back, we're probably going to get him back at least at the most, I would say, probably a month before WrestleMania to build, if he can walk.
Exactly. It depends on his condition. I could see them basically just having him stay home and just fucking cut promo package and vignette videos at home to build this match, and then like a few weeks to maybe a month at most before Mania, that's when he finally is able to come in there for a couple in-ring promos. But if he's good enough to just do that, that's what they're gonna do, definitely.
Definitely, man. Definitely. So, yeah, it's scary, bro. It's really scary, man. But according to the Wrestling Observer, now take this with a grain of salt, because these are things dirt sheets put out where I feel like they don't really think all the way through. But according to the Wrestling Observer, they confirm that the plan for WrestleMania 40 is still Seth Rollins versus CM Punk.
So, dude, let's hope so. I hope Seth can do this because I know he'll do everything he can to do this. It's not like one of those situations where company kind of wants him to do it. So, if he's doing this at Mania, it's all because of Seth, because he wants to do it that bad.
Exactly. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. So, obviously, if Seth Rollins is hurt, then this is a boneheaded report. But if not, man, then this could be the small little glimmer of hope that we all need for Seth Rollins and CM Punk, because again, dude, this is a just story that is just so rich on WWE television, and people are loving it, and it would just be absolutely heartbreaking to see this go away. Man. So, I mean, this is the smallest glimmer of hope that we have up until this point, because the other piece of news, according to a report from Fightful Select, this dropped about an hour ago, right before we went live, Seth Rollins has sustained a torn MCL and a minor tear in the meniscus. So, I did a little bit of research.
Yeah.
And a tear of the MCL takes 3 to 6 weeks to recover.
Okay.
And a meniscus tear takes about 4 to 6 weeks. So,
Yes.
I don't know if that would be combined, or I'm assuming he would get both of them fixed at the same time, so I'm assuming it would be 6 weeks. But it's 4 to 6 weeks with surgery. So because his meniscus tear is minor, he could not need surgery. and it could be physical therapy. So if we're looking at the 6-week mark, so I don't know if that's from his surgery date, or from the date he got injured, but if we're going off today, for example, so if we're going off today, he should be good to go by March 1st. But if he has his surgery within the next week, he still would have the whole month of March he would be good by. So, again, if we're looking at 4 to 6 weeks, he could be good to go. You know, like I said, if we're looking at the timetable, if we're looking at 4 to 6 weeks from today, January 19th, March 1st would be the 6-week mark on where he would be good to go at. So, it's going to be really interesting, but, you know, I'm just going off guesstimates. Of course. I mean, obviously, we'll have to wait till Monday to hear from Seth himself, but it is a really tricky situation, man. It is a really tricky situation on where we sit. But again, if we're looking from 6 weeks to this date, we're looking at March 1st, and that would mean we got a whole nother. Technically speaking, he would have a whole nother month after being cleared out of the ring, a whole nother month to 3 weeks. Depending on, you know, when he has surgery, if he needs surgery, he'll have a whole nother month to heal up. So, you know, off my guesstimate, he should be good to go by WrestleMania. But again, I don't know all the details. Again, take what I say with a grain of salt. I'm going off a guesstimate here, but that's what it looks like, man. So, yeah.
Exactly. It's tough, man. It's tough because we don't know all the details, but from the ones we do know, I mean, that's what it looks like to us. And I think he'll find a way to make WrestleMania from that match. I really do think. Seth has been built to this for who knows how long, man. And I think he's going to do everything in his power to do it, man. I really think he is.
Yes, man. This is his fucking year.
It is.
This is his year, man.
So I have a feeling that Seth is going to make that show no matter what.
Yeah. If I'm putting in an early prediction, I'm going to throw my name in that hat, too. I'm going to throw my name in the Seth Rollins makes WrestleMania hat. That's just me, though. Now, again, don't take anything we say as news. These are, don't make me bring my disclaimer back. But, hopefully, man, we can remain hopeful. And, yeah, we can remain hopeful. So, yeah, that's that. But, that's the news on Seth Rollins, man. I really, really hope he's able to make it. Because, again, this is his year. He's earned that spot. And, my God, he's really earned that spot. And it would genuinely break my heart to see this man, it would break my heart to see this man miss WrestleMania. It would break my heart to see this man miss WrestleMania. And hey, again, this is why I don't mind when they don't defend the championship much.
Exactly.
This is why.
Guess what? Shit like this don't happen. Or it's way less likely to happen.
Right. I mean,
you get injured walking in your car at the end of the day, it's way less likely to happen when they chill it back, man.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, if this man's last defense for this title is Jinder Mahal, I don't think he can live with that stat.
Yeah.
And I know I couldn't.
See, that's the thing that scares me, Bell. That's the thing that scares me is ever since Cody did that shit with the torn pec, like, I understand you guys want to go out there and you guys want to be heroic and you guys want to put on these heroic performances, but please, worry about your health. Please.
Exactly. Please. Like, Seth's might be a little more understandable. It's a small tear. He'll be able to survive one match, and then just take a long break. But with Cody's, that one he was legitimately had a purple pec and shoulder. He should have never been allowed to wrestle right there.
The thing with Cody too, as soon as that man told the story of when he hit that Cody cutter, he almost barfed. Like, bruh, why are you in the ring, dude?
Bro, like, come on, dude. I think we all know the answer to that question, Logan. Think back to 7 years ago.
I don't know what you're talking about, Sir K, man. You talking about the greatest WWE champion of all time, WWE champion Jinder Mahal, and that's my thing, man. That's my thing. We got Curvin in chat.
It's true, though. You don't want to be like Tony Khan.
Exactly. Yeah, you really don't want to be like Tony Khan, bro. Don't send these guys out there fucking injured as fuck. You know, don't do it. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. That is true about Cody's injury. It couldn't get any worse. But I mean, the amount of pain you're sending your talent out there in is just completely ridiculous.
Exactly. That should be against, workers' rights to be able to go out there and wrestle like that at the end of the day. And depending on the severity of Seth's, I will have that same mentality. If it's that severe pain and possible future injury-wise, it's not worth it at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I do get, Cody's injury. It wasn't anything with his legs. Like, in wrestling, you need your legs. You need to walk. When you lift people up, you need to be able to sustain strength to hold them up. And, if your leg gives out, you're easily dropping somebody right on their fucking head, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Cody wasn't in that situation. But again, I will stand on... you just can't be sending people out there looking like that, bro. I mean, this man's pec was literally this man's pec was hanging off of his fucking chest, man. So,
Or had Thanos' pec going out there and wrestling, bro. She should not have been allowed.
that's the thing. That's the thing, Bell. If Seth is good to go, I better not see that fucking guy in the ring until April 6th because you cannot risk any more injury. And again, like I said, this is why I don't complain about, people complain Roman never defends his title. Now, again, the complaint about Roman Reigns not showing up to, SmackDowns, I get. Because but in terms of him, wrestling, look at what it did to MJF. MJF went, and he 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 couldn't fucking go anymore. And,
exactly.
I feel... his reign could have continued if he was good to go. I feel it could have. But dude, you got Seth. You got Seth again, another guy who's went and he's 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 went, and stuff like this happens, man. This is why when people complain about Roman Reigns' title defenses, I never even. I don't sweat it because sure, like I said in the year-end award, sure, he's had 5 title defenses, but you care about every single one of them, and it's minimized risk of injury, especially because he's been on a 3-year run. It minimizes the risk of injury, man, as to where, you could get injured at any time. Obviously, that's a part of sports, but the more you wrestle, the more likelihood that has of happening. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, and yeah, I don't know, and like Bell's saying with Keith Lee. Look at the Keith Lee situation, dude. The guy's been hurt since Grand Slam when he dropped the tag titles to the Acclaimed.
And Tony Khan just had him doing random nothing matches here and there for fucking 2 years. Oh man.
Golly. What are we doing, bro? What are we doing? Doesn't make any sense, bro. It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. But it absolutely sucks, and I hope that I hope Seth Rollins is good, man. I hope Seth Rollins is good. But yeah, and yeah, He's been, Keith said he was hurt since Grand Slam 2022, and he re-aggravated it. Where, of all places? Final fucking battle against Shane Taylor.
Shane Taylor. God.
Yeah. And the house shows as well. This is another reason why they need to cut back the house shows. It's another reason.
Nobody likes those fucking house shows, dude. They're pointless.
Seriously. Cora Jade. We got news on her. Injured at a house show. I mean, for NXT, I understand because you need to get them more reps in front of like a live audience, but point still stands. House shows. I mean, again, NXT's, I understand NXT's, but for main roster, you don't need to be doing house shows like you're doing them, bro.
Those things are absolutely pointless for the main roster.
Seriously, man. And, if you do, house shows for the main roster, put the lower card guys on there. You don't need to be putting, you don't need to be putting these guys on there, man. You really don't. So, or you can put them on there, just don't do them as frequently. Like, one a week, one every 2 weeks. Something, man. You gotta really, really cut it back.
No, they really have to. I understand doing those big event ones, but I wouldn't do anything else with those.
Seriously. Exactly. Like Sir K says, like their holiday one that they do the day after Christmas, like stuff like that. But like, I don't know, man. I don't know. So yeah, man, that's the news on Seth Rollins and all his injury stuff going on at the moment. Speaking of Seth Rollins, me and Sir K talked on Monday about how dirt sheets, we were on one of our classic dirt sheet rants, and we talked about how all the misleading information they put out before Monday Night Raw, before Monday Night Raw that led people to either thinking Jinder was going to win the fucking title or Damian Priest was going to cash in the title or cash in to win the title. So they obviously reported there is extra pyro being planned for tomorrow's WWE Monday Night Raw.
And there was no.
There was none of it.
No.
And BWE also reports Damian Priest could reportedly be cashing in the Money in the Bank contract soon. Which is another thing that scares me because Belle says, and I agree with her, if Rollins is good, he cannot work until April 6th, WrestleMania. Thing about this is, if Damian Priest is going to cash in soon, I could absolutely see him cashing in and Rollins winning the title after he gets back, before WrestleMania.
I could see that. He beats him, maybe tomorrow, not tomorrow, but Monday, and whatever he's going to talk about with his injury, and then he comes back right before Mania and wins it back. I could see them trying to pull some shit like that.
I could see it. Or, if Seth Rollins really does good with his recovery, maybe Damian Priest defends it in the chamber and Rollins pops back up in the chamber. Again, would not recommend, especially putting him in a chamber match, but I could see them doing something like that, or in some roundabout way, whether it's at the chamber or a random Raw before Mania, Seth comes back and wins the World Heavyweight Championship back from Damian Priest, but they just put it on Damian Priest just to get them through the time that Rollins would be gone.
I could see them doing that.
Yeah. Or you have Cody win the Rumble. You have Damian Priest as the World Heavyweight Champion. You have Damian Priest go on to WrestleMania Elimination Chamber to defend it in the chamber. And CM Punk wins the title in the chamber. And then does the feud with Seth going into WrestleMania. But this time Punk's the world champion. I don't know if I wouldn't do it personally, but I'm just
No.
throwing shit to the wall.
They could do that, but I would not like that. Yeah, if any, well, I like
Me
what Bill
neither.
says, man. Just keep the man off TV for now, and just have Gunther kind of hold the top prize
Yeah.
for the moment.
I agree. But in terms of Damian cashing in, I don't want to see it, dude.
No, I really don't want to see it. I don't think he's should be world champion this year.
I don't either. I really don't either. I think I mean the money in the bank briefcase, dude. I mean either I normally I hate when they have somebody lose the briefcase, but I mean if you want to put it on somebody more interesting, I mean there's always that route, but there's always that route you could go, but either that, dude, and I hate that I'm saying this cuz I'm always the most against this option. If you want to have him lose it, I really won't be tripping this year, to be
I
honest.
really wouldn't. You kind of have to find a way to either just have him lose or just get it off him.
I don't really. Priest for world chap. Nice, Logan. Nice. So, I just don't want to see it, dude. He's just not really an interesting character to me.
He's really not in the world title sense.
No, not at all. Not at all. But yeah, man, so that's the news on Damian Priest possibly cashing in soon, man. Possibly cashing in. And that's what I said. Literally, Logan, any other year, I would say I would too. But from the moment he won the briefcase, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't. I won't be tripping. I promise you that.
His possible world title run doesn't really have any value, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. So, and it sucks because he's a great talent, but I'm sorry, the truth hurts.
It is exactly. It is what it is. He just doesn't have it right now.
Yeah, they've done everything throughout the year to just let me know that he's a tag team guy, and have done nothing to legitimize him in the world title picture. So, it's kind of that's it. That's it, man. But yeah, I don't know. So yeah, I really don't want to see that either. I really don't want to see that. I really don't care to see Priest versus Finn Balor either for the world title. It's, I don't know, it's stupid to me. But yeah, man, so, yep, these are the reports that were coming out Monday that were, leading everybody to believe that one of the two was going to happen. Priest was going to cash in, or Jinder Mahal was going to beat Seth Rollins and then get cashed in on. So, or the pyro thing as well. But anyways, speaking of Elimination Chamber, we got the start times. For each country. So, Saturday, February 24th, we got the countries. Starting off with Spain, they'll be on the WWE Network at 11 a.m. Argentina, Chile, I think that's how you Chile, whatever. They'll be Chile. I thought so. 6 a.m. Puerto Rico will be 5 a.m. The Dominican Republic will be 5 a.m. Puerto Rico is also on Peacock as well. Costa Rica will be at 3 a.m. on the WWE Network. Colombia, Peru, Panama will be at 4 a.m. on the WWE Network. Like I said, the Dominican Republic, WWE Network at 5 a.m. Mexico, it will be on Fox Sports Premium and WWE Network at 4 a.m. And the United States will be on Peacock from 2 Pacific and 5 Eastern, 5 a.m. Eastern. So Eastern's an hour ahead of us, right? So for us, that'll be 4 a.m. Holy shit. That's going to be fun. Yeah, so those are your start times for the Elimination Chamber for majority of the countries. So that it will be airing in. So, yeah, man, that's the news on the Chamber. And also, we were talking about her a little bit ago, but speaking of injuries, Cora Jade has suffered a torn ACL at this past weekend's NXT live event. Per Wrestling Observer, the usual recovery time for this injury is 6 to 9 months.
Damn. That really sucks, man.
It really does. It really does. And yeah, this sucks. This sucks. I wish her all the best. I wish her all the best. We'll probably see her pop back up in the Royal Rumble next year if they do bring her up. If they think she's ready, which I wouldn't really be the judge of that because I don't really watch much NXT. So, and I'll tell you, well, I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, but I wish her the best and I wish her a speedy recovery. And this absolutely sucks to hear, man.
Exactly, man. That's really horrible to hear. I hope she has a good and speedy recovery, man. And I wonder where we'll see her return to.
No question, bro. No question, man. So that is the news on Cora Jade. She really can't catch a break, man. She's going through a breakup. Now she tore her fucking ACL. Absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. I feel for her, man. I feel for her, but I wish her a very, very speedy recovery. So yeah, man, that is the news on Cora Jade, and I'll tell you what. 4 a.m. for us. I'm so glad WWE does not do pre-shows. I mean, we probably wouldn't be watching anyway. We'd probably be going to get the food at that point. But, God, I'm so happy they don't do anything on the pre-shows, man, because then it would be 3. But yeah, 4 a.m. I'm cool with that. I expected 4 or 5 anyway. So yeah, yeah, I'm cool with it. I knew it was gonna be an early show, so I'm gonna be heading to bed early that night. So to watch what should be a pretty good show. My favorite match concept in terms of gimmick matches. I love me an Elimination Chamber match. When done correctly, I love me some Elimination Chamber match. That was the first pay-per-view that I ordered live as a kid. Elimination Chamber 2010. Up until that point, I was a DVD wrestling fan. I watched since 2007, so WrestleMania 23 was my first show. Watched that on DVD, watched most of my wrestling through DVDs and stuff like that, but we got to the live stuff around Elimination Chamber 2010, man. That was my first live pay-per-view I ordered. Love me Elimination Chamber. So, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, we'll definitely have to probably be up at about 3:30 if the show starts at 4, so we could go get the goddamn food. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Like I said, I love doing it, man. I love doing early shows like that. It's a change of pace. It's a change of pace. I love it. So yeah, man, that's the news on Cora Jade. And yeah, man. What next? Well, speaking of some pretty interesting news, man. Jumping over to WWE Games. WWE Games has announced. Well, they put out the WWE 2K24 logo. They put out the WWE 2K24 logo on their official WWE Games account and stuff, and it has been announced. It has been announced by, I believe, 2K themselves, actually, that they will be dropping a reveal. Don't know what that reveal is. But they will be dropping the reveal January 22nd. So, what is that, Monday? They'll be dropping the reveal Monday. So, I don't know what that means. That could be a cover artist. That could be something. I know they posted pictures of like a special guest referee shirt. So, I hope we're getting the special guest referee match. Finally, after 10 years.
Took them 10 years to have a match at the games before them had.
Yeah, I don't understand whatsoever. But yeah, man, it looks like we can finally be getting that, and it looks like Undertaker's gonna get the cover art. I'm so against. I'm so against the cover artist that they've been going with. Dude, I mean, Rey Mysterio, John Cena. From the looks of it, it looked like it might be the Undertaker. Like Bell's saying, personally, I would go Cody, Roman, or Bray. For me,
Yeah, I would do Cody or Bray.
Yeah, that's just me personally. But I mean, what the fuck? I mean, yeah. Logan brought up a good point. Last night. Logan brought up a good point. Last night as well, but they usually like the cover artist to be the person that the showcase is after. So I could absolutely see them going with the Undertaker, and I hate that, dude. Go with the talent that you have on your roster. Like, Cody Rhodes is mad popular. Sami Zayn had a fucking career year in 2023 and 2022. Rhea Ripley, Bray Wyatt, Roman Reigns, the whole bloodline could be on there. I mean, I know they're broken up now, but like, you get the point. There's so much current talent they could use as the cover, and they constantly just go with legends, so that's something I'll always complain about. I love those couple years where they did, Seth, AJ. I know they did Becky and Roman, even though it should have just been Becky's cover, but they did all that, and it's just like, it doesn't make any sense, man.
It really doesn't. I hate when it's older people like Taker. It's lame as shit. And it should just be Cody or Bray.
It should be. It really should be, man. It really should be. And then, like Curvin is saying in the comments, they also need to really nail down their, to be honest, bro, it's not really the gameplay. I do wish they would have never switched up the controls, but for me, dude, it's things to do on the game.
Exactly. That's all. The gameplay's fine. It really is. They didn't need to really change it much from 2K19.
No.
They just needed to add more shit to do. That's really the only thing that game needs to get right.
And I'm going to say it quick, because I know you guys don't want to hear me go off about it again. But a properly working GM mode would be fantastic. But, yeah, hey, we'll skeet on past that. But seriously, this is the only thing I'll say about it. I know I said I was going to skirt past it, but here we go. There's no way you introduce GM mode and universe mode is more intriguing than GM mode. That's all I got to say. That's it.
Exactly.
That should not be the case. Yeah, I don't mind the new controls either. I mean, they're okay when you get used to them, but 2K19 just felt so just natural. It just felt...
It felt so good.
Yeah. Or they at least need to give you the option to change the controls,
Yeah. Exactly. I don't know why it's not a fucking option in your game.
Seriously, bro. Seriously, man. But yeah, man. So, yeah. But, yeah. So, that's the news on 2K24, man. That's the news on 2K24. So, hopefully this year will be a good year, and maybe I'll buy it. Maybe not. Probably not. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Gable Steveson. PW Insider is reporting that Gable Steveson will be at pretty much every SmackDown taping going forward. This is not really exciting. I hope this doesn't mean they're prepping him for something, because I just don't care to see the guy. I really don't. I genuinely do not care to see the guy. He just doesn't do it for me, man. And this is exactly why you don't say, this is the next Kurt Angle. Nobody's ever going to be as fucking good as Kurt Angle, man. Nobody's ever going to live up to that. You're immediately setting bro up for failure, and that's that. You know what I mean? So that's that I don't understand whatsoever, and I just never really too big on him. Everything I've seen from him just hasn't really done it for me. I haven't really seen much of his work in NXT. He could have got better. I just don't really know about it, but he's just not really somebody I get the sense has taken to the business very well from what I've seen.
Really don't think he has. I think he's kind of just a waste of talent, and might be just better just to let him go.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Mercedes Moné, according to Wrestling Observer Radio, summoned WWE. Some in WWE believe that there is still a chance for Mercedes Moné at the Royal Rumble. What do you think, Sir?
I hope so, dude. I hope so. I hope Tony Khan didn't get her, and I really do hope she goes to WWE.
Absolutely. I hope she does too, man. I hope she does too. But I'll tell you, judging off Tony Khan's tweets, I know exactly where they're going.
Yeah.
This dude. Oh yeah, 100%, Bell. I genuinely would be more excited for Jade Cargill to debut before Gable Steveson.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh yeah. And I was never really the biggest Jade Cargill guy, but I'll tell you what got me interested in Jade Cargill. The fact that this man, Triple H, recognized that AEW handled her progression horribly. Absolutely horribly. Yeah.
They didn't progress her at all.
And Triple H, was honest with her. He was honest with her. He said it on the media scrum. I had a conversation with her. I told her her progression is not where I think it should be and where we think it should be. So we're putting her in the fucking performance center to train. I love it.
Exactly, man.
And I swear to God, if we see her and she's like polished, that really should tell you the difference between WWE and AEW in terms of polishing talent and getting them ready for prime spots.
Exactly, man. Exactly. It just goes to show how little they did of it.
100%. But in terms of Mercedes, I would love to see her back in WWE. I think she's going to AEW. I think that's where all the signs point at this point, man. But I would love to see her go back to WWE. But like we were talking about a couple weeks ago, I'm not going to let anything sway my mind other than when we hear her music hits, whether that's her WWE song or her Mercedes Moné song. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Yeah, man. So that's the news on Mercedes Moné and a possible appearance in the Royal Rumble. Brock Lesnar. According to reports from the Wrestling Observer, Brock Lesnar is expected to return in the WWE either before or at the Royal Rumble. What do you think, man? Oh, you're muted.
As long as it's something little, I don't really care. But, I mean, at this point, I'm not too crazy to see certain things from Brock unless it's like a one-off Gunther match or something.
You kidding me, man? You don't want to see another match with Roman Reigns? Is that what you're telling me?
Oh, God, please no.
Yeah, he's gonna come in. He's gonna come in to like, you know, like they're saying, either before or at the Royal Rumble. I feel like he could eliminate Gunther from the Royal Rumble to set up their Mania match. And I think that's what he's coming in for. I think they're going to pull the trigger on it this year. I think they're going to do that at WrestleMania. Brock is a streak ender. You know what I'm saying, man? Or, you know, had it not been for COVID, he would have ended Roman Reigns' streak as the Universal Champion. 500. Well, no. Yeah. That was early 2022. So yeah, 2 years in, he would have ended it 2 years in. Good God. Thank fucking God that didn't happen. Yeah. Gunther, you know, like you guys are saying, man, Gunther's one of really the only interesting things for me that I care to see Brock do. I mean, you could think of like dream matches, of course, but like obviously, you know, I would need WWE to build to them a little bit. There are a lot of dream matches I would like to see Brock in, but the stars don't really point to them. WWE hasn't really done anything to make anybody interested in them. I think of a match with like Johnny Gargano, Bronson Reed, guys like that, but like obviously I would love for them to happen, but like obviously I know that those matches probably aren't going to happen. So, but in terms of like realistically looking at it, like the things that are left for Brock to do that I would like to see Brock do is Gunther's, you know, obviously if that's not at the top of your list for Gunther dream matches, then I don't know what is. Or at least near the top of the list. But yeah, Brock's gonna come back and set up the feud with Gunther, and I'm all for it, man. I can't wait to see it.
Definitely, man. Definitely. I think that'll be a great feud, and I hope that's what we get.
For sure. For sure, man. So, according to the Wrestling Observer Radio, Vince McMahon's documentary on Netflix is going to be released sooner than expected, per Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer Radio. Dave Meltzer also said that he recently went to Los Angeles to do a taping for the Netflix show based on Vince McMahon's life. Additionally, Meltzer confirmed that the series will include Vince McMahon's entire life until this point, covering every substantial subject he was ever involved in. Many people were interviewed for the series, most notably Vince McMahon himself.
One of that series.
I'll tell you what, if it has anything to do with like all the controversy he was in and actually documenting how this man really is, I'd be cool with it. But honestly, bro, especially after hearing that Vince is in the doc himself, I really have a bad feeling it's going to be like a glorifying doc.
It is, and whatever bad stuff they talk about, it's just going to be scummy business decisions that he made, and he's just going to say, that's the things you got to do for business.
Literally.
Shit like that.
Yep.
That's all it'll fucking be, man. There won't be nothing actually, like, compelling.
You have to be a cutthroat businessman in this business, and you have to make the hard decisions.
Exactly. Not everyone can win. Shit, you know that's the type of shit you'll hear.
Stuff to glorify him and make him seem like some sort of badass businessman, a smart businessman. I mean, he is a smart businessman. I mean, that is a fact. I mean, in his later years, obviously, we all know the completely stupid decisions he's made as a businessman, but in the big scheme of things, Vince McMahon is the most successful and the greatest wrestling promoter of all time. That's a fact.
Yeah,
that's a fact. That's, again, facts are facts. Facts are facts, and that's a fact.
What it is.
You know what they say, man. Facts don't care about your feelings. And regardless on how we all feel about him, because I know everybody feels some type of way about Vince McMahon,
Oh, we all do. No one here likes him, but
Yeah, but
we don't do all
unfortunately,
that shit.
exactly.
And a lot more.
Exactly. Facts are facts, and he is a very smart businessman. And again, he is the greatest wrestling promoter of all time. So, but again, this doc is. I genuinely just feel it's just going to be glorifying Vince, and that's just not.
I think so.
That's not anything I really care to see, to be honest. I'm gonna watch it regardless, so I can give you guys my outlook on it. But yeah, I don't know. As soon as I heard Vince was interviewed himself, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, at that point.
Yeah, because there was a minute, dude, where it seemed like Netflix was going to shut this down, but there was people pushing for this to document the dark side of Vince McMahon, and that I would be very into, because I mean, hey, if we're gonna sit here and tell the truth, then let's tell our whole truth. You know what I mean? Let's open the can of worms. And I could have really seen that as a good thing. That could have really got him out of TKO because of the negative press. But who knows? Maybe it still will be. But
Yeah, who knows where it'll go.
who knows, man? But I'll tell you, if the publicity is bad enough, don't be opposed to, or don't be shocked if TKO uses this as their way to get him out of that whole of the company as a whole. So we'll see, man. We'll see. But I don't know. It's not looking good, to be honest. Roman Reigns, the GOAT. Roman Reigns, man.
Mm-hmm.
According to the Wrestling Observer Radio, as things stand, Roman won't be working Backlash France in May. According to the Observer, they say Roman Reigns is not on the Australia show. So, again, like we said, these guys post their shit as fact. Whatever.
Exactly.
He's not on the Paris show Backlash either, by the way.
Oh, I wonder why.
Fucking
Idiots.
For fans over there, Roman's going to be wrestling at Royal Rumble, and his next big match, he could do a TV match. Yeah, okay. But these guys, dude, but he's going to wrestle at the Royal Rumble. Then his next match is going to be his WrestleMania match. After that, I presume it's going to be Saudi and SummerSlam.
I presume, I believe, I think. And he's fucking sending this shit as dude. I hate these idiots, dude. Like, no fucking shit. He's not gonna be at Backlash. He's gonna be going on his fucking year-long vacation. I doubt we even see him at SummerSlam, to be honest.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
After he loses the title, I think the smallest chance we have of seeing him is SummerSlam. If we're lucky.
If we're lucky. But I doubt it. At this point, I think the next time we'll see him after that is next year's Royal Rumble 2025. You know what I mean? Like, that's insane. Literally, like, no shit. He's not fucking advertised for Backlash.
100%. So what these guys don't realize is they're saying he's not advertised. That's why he's not going to be there. What do they say? He's not on the Paris show either, by the way. He also wasn't advertised for Elimination Chamber, the same show he put on the Match of the Year at. He's also not advertised, 2022 I'm talking about, the Montreal Elimination Chamber. He also wasn't advertised for Money in the Bank in London. So to sit here and presume what you are bringing to the table as fact is complete bullshit. Because again, Roman Reigns is advertised when Roman Reigns is advertised. He doesn't need to be on a poster.
No.
He wasn't on the poster to Money in the Bank. Seth Rollins was. And originally, he wasn't on the poster to Elimination Chamber, but then he was obviously ended up being put on that poster after he was, it was like a multi-man poster. Roman Reigns got advertised. Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn got the poster. Y'all are acting like they can't change the poster.
Yeah. Oh, that's the poster. He's not going to be there. What? Are you done?
Completely stupid. Like last year, Dwayne's going to show up at the Royal Rumble. There's electric in the graphic. Did he show up? No.
Yeah. Like, come on, people.
Triple H is that kind of guy, man. He's going to want to fuck with you. He's going to want to make you think all options. And again, Roman Reigns won't be advertised until Roman Reigns is fucking advertised. So don't go out there and say he's not going to be at either of these shows. By the way, he could do a TV match. Do you really fucking think Roman Reigns is going to do a TV match before WrestleMania? Listen to yourself. He's not going to show... Listen to yourself. He's not going to show up in front of 60,000 people in Perth, Australia, but he's going to fucking show up on SmackDown? Listen to how stupid you sound.
I was a wrestling journalist for you.
Come on now. He could do a TV match and then do Mania. What? Are you stupid? Golly. Completely stupid, man. Completely stupid. Speaking of completely stupid, well, not this, but we'll talk about the other story. So, Fightful Select. So that's the news on, well, anyways, yeah, that's the news on Roman Reigns working WWE Backlash, man. You know, that's... I mean, honestly, I didn't see him working Backlash anyway. But again, yes, that is the... Well, it's from Wrestling Observer, so I'm assuming either him or Alvarez. But it's one of the two. Which, Alvarez is usually the smarter of the two. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that was Dave. But...
Exactly. Especially because they tell that man all the wrong news for WWE.
Oh, they feed that man the... They feed him so much bullshit.
They really told that man Bray Wyatt isn't coming back, and he showed up that same night and returned. They hate that.
They fucked that man over so bad, bro. There's been no talks. Oh yeah, Dave? Then why is the fucking Fiend standing at the fucking barricade looking around and shit? Who's the guy under the mask, Dave?
They hate that man, bro.
They hate him. Sometimes in situations like that, I feel bad for Meltzer, but in situations where you're coming out like saying, "Oh, he could do he's gonna do his next big match is the Rumble, and then his other big match after that before Mania could be a TV match." Are you stupid?
Do you not know who you're talking about here?
You think Roman Reigns is gonna... You think he's going to say, "Oh, sorry, Perth, I'm not coming there in front of 40 to 60,000 people. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wrestle on SmackDown in the middle of fucking March." Are you serious? Listen to yourself. And I have another listen to yourself story in this next story. But, yeah, completely stupid. I really don't see him working Backlash anyway. He didn't work Puerto Rico last year. He usually doesn't work the show after WrestleMania, so I could see that. But the Elimination Chamber one, I think, is completely stupid, to be honest. And I really hope is not the case. Okay.
I really hope not, man.
Seriously, bro. So, Fightful Select reports that Andrade El Idolo has reached an agreement with the WWE.
Hey, let's go.
Let's fucking go, dude. I see Zelina Vega quote tweeting him already. He was posting something on Twitter. She's commenting under his stuff. We're getting Andrade and fucking Zelina Vega back, and I'm so fucking pumped for it, dude.
And I think I saw something that she was like at Pierce I think not Pierce, fucking Aldis's door Friday night, and she was like looking to get a meeting with him or something. So they know
he's coming. Yeah, he's coming to SmackDown for sure.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Okay, so You guys ready for this one? All the juicy info. Fightful Select reports that Charlotte has pressured WWE to rehire Andrade.
Like, they have to fucking get pressured to rehire this man. Like, what?
Huh? So, oh. So let me get this straight. Dude, listen to yourself. Genuinely, listen to yourself. Andrade, who was a Triple H guy before. So Andrade, who was a Triple H guy before he was dating Charlotte. Charlotte had to pressure WWE to hire Andrade like Triple H didn't already love the guy. Listen to yourself.
He was probably one of the main ones that they contract tampered to talk to. You know he was one of the people they contract tampered with.
Triple H was probably pressuring Charlotte to persuade this guy to come back. I mean, he didn't even have to do that because they booked him like shit in AEW, but what? Listen to yourself.
It was probably the reverse. Just, hey man, make sure you tell him I can't tell him I want him back yet because he's under contract, but you can tell him that we might not want him back. We might want him back. Like, what? That is the biggest lie.
Dude, this is the kind of shit. This is the kind of shit I'm talking about when it comes to wrestling journalism. But real quick, guys, I'm going to bring you guys into the thanks for watching screen because I'm getting the mouse disappearing glitch again. So we're going to try this. Okay, there we go. That always fixes the problem. But dude, seriously, bro. Seriously. They booked the guy like shit. Do you really think Andrade was going to stay in AEW? Do you honestly think Charlotte needed to pressure anything here? No. Do you listen to the reports that you report? Seriously, dude, this sounds so ridiculous. I don't know how you read this and said and clicked post. I don't understand.
I don't get that shit. That did not need to have happened in order for him to come back.
Completely stupid reports like this one are the reason why wrestling journalism is laughed at. Andrade signs with WWE. You needed to leave. You could have left it at that. Charlotte pressured Andrade, or pressured WWE into rehiring Andrade. Are you serious? Do you realize how stupid you sound? God. That is all the news. That is all the news we have for WWE for today. So jumping over to a little bit of AEW news. Jim Ross, man. So, according to JR himself on the Grilling JR podcast, he says, my contract with All Elite Wrestling expires on Valentine's Day 2024. He says WWE Hall of Famer and AEW commentator Jim Ross confirmed on his podcast that his AEW deal will expire February 14th. Jim Ross also confirmed that although his contract ends in February, he will still call the Icon Sting's last wrestling match at AEW Revolution on March 3rd against the Young Bucks. Ross also went on to say he would love to end his career in AEW.
Yeah, I could see him resign with AEW for like some type of Legends type of style deal. But I think we've basically seen the last of JR overall. Besides like random one-offs.
Definitely. I do think he's going to re-sign with AEW, but I think we're going to just continue to see his schedule diminish.
Exactly.
So, Yeah, that's what I see with JR. Obviously, I feel like he's really going to be only doing like big matches like, Sting.
16. Exactly.
Yeah, Sting's last match, like he says, and like other just big matches in general, I could see him doing. Yeah, so that's that. But yeah, man, I can absolutely see JR sticking around in AEW, but obviously not staying around on that full-time schedule.
No, God, no.
Yeah, man. So that is the news on Jim Ross. And more WWE news, man. Camille. According to a report from Fightful Select, former NWA Women's World Champion Camille is backstage was backstage at AEW Dynamite. Per the report, Fightful was told in recent weeks that WWE was expected to make her an offer for her to join the NXT brand. While all this might sound rather intriguing from the outside, there is also an entirely likely explanation as well. In the report, it is noted Camille is believed to be visiting friends at the show.
It's interesting.
This is
Don't really know much of her.
yeah, exactly, man. I mean, if she was back there visiting friends, that is one thing, but we did bring to you guys a couple weeks ago. We did bring to you guys 2 weeks ago, specifically that Camille was said to be going to WWE, man. She was said to be going to WWE, or at least being made offers by WWE. So it's going to be interesting to see who gets her. And, yeah, so, I mean, it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting. But if I were her, not really that big of a name, I think, to go to AEW and kind of swim on her own. So I would go to WWE and build up my equity a little bit.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
For sure, man. So, speaking of signings, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Brian Keith, dude.
What did we say?
Brian Keith has signed a deal with AEW. Whether it's full-time or per-show deal isn't confirmed. Oh my fucking God, dude. Do you not have enough? Is Will Ospreay and Okada and Mercedes and fucking... are they not enough? I mean, what the fuck? What?
They really, apparently.
No, we need Brian Keith as a part of the roster. What is he going to do in AEW?
Nothing. He's literally going to have a couple random matches, and we won't see him again for months. It's pointless. It'll be like every other random signing.
Yeah, and now that he's signed, we'll never see him again.
Nope, exactly. We see people when they're not signed, but when they get signed, we never see them again after that.
My God, this guy's been on AEW Dynamite multiple times, and I've taken nothing away from his performances. Nothing.
He's a good wrestler, but like, again, who isn't?
Yeah, I mean, like, can you offer anything else? Like, seriously, can you? Can you offer anything else at this point? Anything other than being a good fucking wrestler? I'm a good wrestler at this point. Everybody's a good fucking wrestler.
Could get you hired by Tony Khan, apparently.
The fuck? Sir K said it a couple days ago. This guy just loves spending money.
Oh, he loves it. He fucking loves spending money.
What are you spending money on Brian Keith for? The guy's mid as fuck.
He's just, yeah, I think people always say he has a, I never paid attention to his entrance. He has a licensed song as his entrance. That's why he's popular.
Oh, boo fucking who? I could come out, so with that logic, I could walk out on fucking AEW with fucking Pimp by 50 Cent playing, or The Woo, and by Pop Smoke, and I'll get fucking signed.
Yep. I think by 2 AEW fans, yes. You really will get signed.
Guy's mid as hell, bro. Why are you signing these people? And again, like Bell's saying, he just thinks if he spends money, if he just continues to spend money out of his ass, it'll just make all his fucking problems go away. And it's not. It's not going to make your problems go away. Worry about your television. Worry about
Please.
bolstering your roster. You got the roster. You've had the roster's the one thing that's not. I mean, the overload of it is a problem, but adding talent to your roster is not your problem. The
No.
problem is you have too much talent on your roster.
And you don't know what to do with them, and you're just adding more to that, not knowing what to do with them. You're just making that situation worse.
Fucking Christ, man. God. What are we doing here, bro? Completely stupid. Completely fucking stupid, man. Completely. A ridiculous signing, and I knew it was gonna fucking happen.
Oh, I knew it. I knew once he got popular on Twitter, he was going to get signed.
Hit the graphic, Tony. He hasn't hit the graphic yet, so hopefully it's a per-show deal. But Tony's the kind of guy to have somebody wrestle on Dynamite and then afterwards, hit the graphic.
Exactly.
Completely fucking stupid, man. Guy's mid as hell. And he's signed. Because he's a good wrestler and he has licensed music. Thanks for letting me know the key to success in AEW. Thank you for that. Fucking A, man.
I wouldn't be shocked, Bell. I really wouldn't.
Maybe you could put fucking Brian Keith on your episode of Collision that sold 1,200 tickets. Maybe you could put him on there, and maybe he'll draw something for you.
Maybe.
Golly, speaking of Tony Khan. According to Brian Alvarez of The Observer, several members of the AEW roster were embarrassed. Color me fucking purple.
Look at that.
Several members of the AEW roster were embarrassed by Tony Khan's recent Twitter antics and questioned his actions behind the scenes. No shit. Dude, this guy's coming off as a complete embarrassment, man. He's coming off as a complete fucking embarrassment. He's coming off as a complete money mark. And I don't fucking understand it, man. I really don't understand it. Again, it's one thing to go out and, tweet away, and embarrass yourself, but the people you work for are embarrassed for you. Secondhand embarrassment is never a good thing.
No, it's really not, and I'm sure most of that roster gets that way more than they should.
Seriously. Completely ridiculous, but this is obviously something that I absolutely expected from his roster being the tirade he went on.
No, exactly. I would be embarrassed too.
Yeah. So that is our news for all the AEW stuff. So now, before we get on to the Okada news, we just got one story here, man. Dark Side of the Ring, season 5. So we brought to you guys last week that Dark Side of the Ring was going to have a 5th season. Was going to have a 5th season involved, with their whole thing, and but what are the episodes? You may ask. What are the episodes? So here are the planned episodes for season 5. So it looks like there's going to be 7 episodes so far, at least that we know about. Chris Adams Brutus Beefcake, Buff Bagwell, Black Saturday. I don't know what Black Saturday is, but it has a picture of Vince McMahon, so I'm assuming it's going to be another one of his scandals.
From what I thought I saw someone talk about that one. I guess it's like when WWE bought a spot on like someone else's night for television, and like that started something in with the war or something.
Interesting.
That one's
Interesting.
like TV related.
Gotcha. And the last three are very, very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Harley Race, The Sandman,
It's gonna be heat.
and Kurt Angle. Bro,
Go. Let's fucking go.
Kurt's got a great story. Kurt's got a great story. Kurt's got a very triumphant story. Very inspiring story. But seriously, bro, Harley Race, The Sandman, dude.
That shit about to go crazy as hell, man. That's a good ass season.
Yes, that's gonna be a great season, man. All I need is fucking Balls Mahoney next, man. Golly. I need me some Balls Mahoney, bro. Yeah, bro. But seriously, this is gonna be a great season. I always love Dark Side of the Rings. Like I said, we still gotta finish binging season 4.
Yeah.
And like I said last week, man, we're off to a really good start because that season is really fucking good, man. It's really, really good so far.
It really is, man. I can't wait for 5.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, man. For our final story of the day, Kazuchika Okada. In huge news, in huge news in the world of wrestling, it has been announced that Kazuchika Okada is set to leave New Japan Pro Wrestling on the expiration of his contract on January 31st. When he will become a free agent, he could sign with AEW or WWE. Okada will appear 4 times during New Japan's New Beginning series in February, including one final match with the Ace, Hiroshi Tanahashi. This news was confirmed by New Japan last night in this press release. As you can see on your screen, thank you for supporting New Japan Pro Wrestling. Kazuchika Okada will be leaving New Japan Pro Wrestling after the conclusion of his contract on January 31st, 2024. We apologize to the fans for the abrupt nature of his announcement, but join them in wishing Okada the very best in his future. I can't believe I'm reading this. As the New Beginning series begins this weekend, Okada will appear on February dates on February 11th in Osaka and February 23rd and 24th in Sapporo. Changes will be made to forthcoming cards with an announcement to follow. We appreciate your understanding and continued support. Kazuchika Okada left this statement. I have nothing but gratitude for having been a part of New Japan Pro Wrestling since 2007 and for New Japan Pro Wrestling bringing me in as a 19-year-old kid off the plane in Mexico to the Rainmaker I am today. Thank you for being the best of companies in New Japan Pro Wrestling, to the best of opponents that I've been able to face here, and to the best of fans that have cheered and booed over the years. I promise I will make it rain every match I have left, so keep watching.
Damn, that's crazy, man.
Wow.
First of all, he was in everybody.
Wow. Yeah, very shocking news. Very shocking news. That is Kazuchika Okada leaving New Japan. I couldn't believe it. A part of me still doesn't believe it a little bit because it's just so unbelievable to me. Yeah, it's like I said, man, it's very unbelievable that Okada actually is leaving New Japan. Where do you think he's gonna end up, bro?
I would like WWE.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I really would, but more than likely, it'll be Tony Khan in AEW. Almost definitely. You know, he's probably already talking to him before
Oh, yeah.
they fucking did this, so I more than likely see AEW.
Oh, shit. Logan says in the comments, apparently, one of Okada's dreams and goals is to be a part of WrestleMania. Dude, Okada at WrestleMania 40?
That shit would go nuts.
Dude, you
That
could do like
shit
Okada
would go
versus
nuts.
McIntyre. You could do Okada versus Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn had Nakamura's first match. And
Yeah,
look at how that turned out.
exactly.
Dude, you could do Okada versus so many people. You could do Okada versus so many people. But who has interest in Kazuchika Okada, you may ask? It is being reported by Sports Illustrated. WWE is significantly interested in signing Kazuchika Okada, especially from Triple H and Shawn Michaels. I would get this guy on the fucking phone right now. I would be getting this guy on the fucking horn as soon as possible. But also, according to Sports Illustrated, a point of emphasis, which strongly plays into AEW's favor, is that Tony Khan is willing to sign Kazuchika Okada regardless of where he lives.
Mm-hmm.
If Okada wants to continue living in Japan, he could still sign with AEW, but would not work. But that would not work in WWE. He would need to relocate to Florida.
That's the thing. I think AEW got the winning factor with that, to be honest.
And the more this happens, I want to go out on a limb and say Triple H over time is going to make it not. Yeah, because you could say I'm bullshitting or whatever. You could call me a liar, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say CM Punk does not live in Florida.
No, exactly. Sir, most people don't. And AJ doesn't. I don't think he does. He lives in like fucking
Georgia.
I knew it was one of them type of states. Most of those people don't. It's just the new people they sign, or the rookies, because they have to go to the PC. But, I mean, Okada could use, some PC promo time. But other than that, he don't need to step into PC at all.
No.
You know what I mean? Maybe a couple promo classes here and there, but at that point you could just get the man a manager. He really does not need any PC, so no use in him needing to live over there in Florida.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Now, if he is a full-time talent, I could see them wanting him to relocate to the United States.
Just in general.
Which, I mean, Florida would probably be his best option because he's working with the WWE, but
yeah.
Nakamura did it. Nakamura relocated. From what I believe, Nakamura didn't just relocate himself. I believe Nakamura relocated his whole family to the States. So it's really just what does Okada want to do at this point. And the thing is, I'm happy for Tony. And another thing is, Tony Khan tweeted out earlier yesterday. Let me pull up the tweet. Let me pull up the fucking tweet. So Tony Khan tweeted out. Let's see. Tony Khan tweeted out yesterday at 3 p.m. It's going to be an amazing 2024 at AEW. And then after the news of Okada dropped, he dropped a meme that says, "My name is my name." I don't know what that was supposed to mean, but I don't know what that was supposed to mean, but he dropped that meme literally directly under that post. He commented under his own post and dropped that meme right after the news of Okada dropped. That is true. That's another thing that's true, is Okada's wife, I believe, is a voice actor.
Over there.
A Japanese, voice actor. So there's that. And I want to say he just had a kid. I want to say he just did. I want to say he did. I could be wrong, but I want to say I remember hearing about him having a kid recently. So there's a lot of factors to think about, but if Triple H really wants him, that probably won't be a retirement. And the more they lose free agents because of that factor, Triple H is going to tilt the axis on that, and I really think he's going to make, he's really going to make that not a requirement, but especially for like the bigger stars like Okada and Will Ospreay and Jay White and all those guys and like all those free agents that they've lost. I don't think Jay White's issue was travel, but I know Okada and Will Ospreay was, but I really think he's going to make that not a requirement. But that's that's another thing, Bell. What is the fucking point of Forbidden Door? New Japan has fucking damn near lost all their giant stars. Jay White, Okada, Will Ospreay. All these guys are AEW now.
There's no point to Forbidden Door now. Well, don't tell me I'm going to have to see David Finlay at the next fucking Forbidden Door.
Oh, you're gonna.
Oh, God, my goddamn eyes out.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that schmuck. Like, who you guys got now? You're losing all your real talent.
Seriously, man. Yeah, they really are. They really are. I mean, they got Ali and they got Matt Riddle, but at that point, you might as well just do a WWE versus AEW fucking Forbidden Door card.
It's fucking well at that point.
You know, and but that's the thing too. If Okada's not coming in on a full-time contract, dude, let him live in Japan and let him come in and work, bro. Let him come in and work. I'm telling you, it'll be great. It will be a spectacle seeing Okada at WrestleMania. It really will.
No, it really will. That shit will be insane.
It really will. Yeah, David Finlay is a good wrestler, man. You know, nothing like Will Ospreay going for an os cutter, and instead of fucking hitting him with a shillelagh, he fucking waits till he plants his feet and hits the fucking a neck breaker shillelagh. Nice. Way to pop me, David. Way to pop me.
What a loser.
Golly. I think Tony's gonna get him. I think he's gonna get him in Mercedes. And I'll tell you what. I'm happy. You know, Tony's got the power to get all these free agents. You know, I'm happy that there's 2 wrestling companies. You know, I'm happy for it. But Tony,
you don't need people.
You don't need like Mercedes. I get because your women's division is on the incline, right? Your singles men's division, like and it's fine to get guys like Okada. It's fine. Obviously, I do get it. Like you're not gonna say no to Okada. I get that. But at what point do you start letting these other guys go? At what point?
Exactly. You have to make a trade here. You have to start letting people go. You have to. If you want to make that work.
You do, bro. Keith Lee, Malachi Black, all these guys are doing nothing. All of them.
And they want to do something. Let them go somewhere else, man. Let them go where they're going to be treated right. Or you could treat this new talent you're signing right.
So you don't burn that bridge any worse than it already is.
Exactly. End the relationship well. And because you don't want these guys that you're signing to wind up like all those guys that just want to leave because they're not getting used.
Seriously, man. So that's the news on Okada leaving New Japan. And to be 100% honest, man, unfortunately, where I think he ends up is in the grasp of Tony Khan. And I mean, a lot of people said they were all ex-WWE, but the further it moves on, it's like Tony wants to erase that narrative and just, instead of controlling his own narrative, he decided to just be all ex-New Japan. So
he really is, man. So I think that's the way it goes. I think he's going to AEW by the looks of it, if I'm a betting man.
I think so. And again, and another thing, how are you gonna fit all these guys on pay-per-view? How?
Oh, you're not at all.
Oh yeah. Oh god, yeah. And seriously, these AEW elitists, bro. God, if they think
that's insane.
If they think they have a shot at Seth and Becky, motherfucker, this ain't 2021 anymore. It's not.
Exactly. It's not. It's over with. They're staying. You guys are delusional.
Seriously, man. Seriously. That's why I love our little group here, because we're all professional wrestling lovers. You know what I mean? Because I
Exactly.
tell you what, bro, you listen to some of these AEW elitists, bro, and holy, for the delusion that just
It
comes
is
off of their
insane.
breath makes me fucking sick.
We're so back, man. We're so back.
Oh God, please, I don't want to hear that. I fucking hate hearing that. Oh my God.
I have to read that every single day
Every time
on
I load
Twitter.
up Twitter, we're so
Mhm.
fucking back.
Oh my
Shut the
god.
fuck up, man. You
Yeah, we're
sound
so bad
ridiculous.
late.
Uh,
Dude, I'm
it,
telling.
it's we're so fucking back. Generational dynamite incoming, or what's a hit the graphic, Tony?
Hit the
Holy,
graphic. And
ooh,
they'll bring up the most random story from AEW ever, and they say AEW tells no stories. And it's literally, I saw it the other day, it was that, and it was just the pictures of the Hangman story. You stupid motherfucker. Do you know what we mean? That's what we want again. You dumb motherfucker. Yes. They used to tell stories. They aren't. That's what we're mad at. Or what did I say? What did I see? Oh yeah. Someone was this account was shitting on ROH. You know how 20 comic books ROH, and they had a Sami Zayn profile picture. So this AEW fan goes something along the lines of doesn't even know where his profile picture comes from. That ain't the
what?
same ROH that Sami Zayn came from, dog. I think most fans understand that, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, you know why that guy had a picture of Sami Zayn as his profile picture? Because he doesn't have any fucking AEW guys that are telling great stories to put as his profile picture.
What the fuck? Like, yeah, he probably knows he came from ROH. Is this the fucking same ROH that he came from? God fucking no,
Fuck
it ain't.
no. This is AEW
That's
Dark.
that's why people insult it. They're not insulting the entire history of the fucking company. They're insulting Tony Khan and the way he's doing it.
I was going to say it's more of a dig at Tony because of how good ROH used to be.
Exactly. But you can't dig at Tony, man. It's always some random wrestler on the roster's fault that everything's going on. MJF, he's a real bad guy.
Completely stupid, bro. Completely stupid. Yeah, MJF's the bad guy. That's the conclusion we've came to here. It's MJF's fault. No, seriously though, bro. Seriously, and like the argument, AEW doesn't tell good stories. You guys realize Hangman is the verb for stories, right? Can
Yeah,
they do a Hangman again? People mention that we mention that all the time.
yeah.
If they could just do the Hangman again, do a story reminiscent of the importance of the Hangman story again, then they'll be fine.
They're not. That's the problem.
You never in 2024 will get that segment where the Young Bucks slammed the door and Hangman was looking at a shattered image of himself. You'll never get that level of production and that level of quality in their storytelling in 2024. Nowadays, you know
Oh
where
no,
they do
you
all that? In the ring.
in the ring or on Twitter or fucking they're just either in the ring or on Twitter. That's it. They don't
Yeah.
fucking do promos, they don't do segments like that no more. It's just matches.
Yeah, people, they are building up Hook. They're building up Hook with these vignettes. Yeah, those vignettes were beautiful.
Yeah.
They were production masterpieces. And guess where they were? On Collision or on fucking Twitter? Put them on Dynamite. What are you doing? Put them on Dynamite, and then maybe I'll get behind them a little more. Maybe, I mean, they knocked it out of the park on Wednesday, and we'll get to that on Monday. They knocked it out of the park. Maybe I would have had a little more care if fucking you actually built him up instead of Tony Khan putting unnecessary pressure on the guy fucking to where he had to knock it out of the park. And you better thank God that he did.
Oh, yeah, exactly. That he didn't stumble. Because it would have been fucked if he did. Like, do you fans not get it? They know they don't, actually.
No, not at all. Not at all. They don't get it at all. So yeah, man, golly, that is the news. That is all the news we have here today for you guys. But in the end, in conclusion, I would love to see Okada end up in WWE, but unfortunately, man, I think TK is going to get his grubby hands all over him, man, and I think he's going to end up with AEW.
I think he will, to be honest.
Yeah, man, so that is the news for today. Tony Khan continues his New Japan cheat code. Tony Khan continues to use his fucking New Japan cheat code that is just getting more and more annoying by the minute. He's really just more and more as more time goes on. He proves to you that he was spoiled as a child, because
he really was. You know it. He is rich kid syndrome, 100%.
yeah, because what was that other thing the Young Bucks had said on Wednesday? Oh, in the beginning of this whole thing, we spat in the face of tradition. I laughed when they said that, because in the beginning of AEW, it was true. It was true. Quick side note to bring this up, because this transitions me into my next thing, but they said in the beginning of this whole thing, we spat in the face of tradition. Now look at them. All they fucking do is tradition.
Oh, exactly. Tradition.
And
Dude, I make the joke all the time, but at some point it's going to get to a point where every segment is a tradition on Dynamite. Oh, the third segment is always this on Dynamite. That's their tradition. It's going to
Orange
be
Cassidy always opens to set the pace for great wrestling for the night. Fuck you.
He's one of the most mid wrestlers they have on the roster.
Yeah, one of his fucking traditions. Well, he's very good, but he doesn't play to his strengths at all.
And he's fucking overexposed like a motherfucker.
100%.
Oh, God.
And the thing is, again, they said, we spat in the face of tradition. All this motherfucker does is tradition. And speaking of being the spoiled kid, you could just tell, we say it all the time. You could tell Tony Khan's never worked a normal job just solely off the fact that all of his fucking pay-per-views are holiday weekends.
Like, anybody that doesn't have an office job has to work during your pay-per-view, right?
Yeah.
Most of your audience are adults.
Yeah, literally. It's adults. It is. And the thing is, too, again, like I said, more and more as time moves on, more and more this guy just proves, especially with his New Japan cheat code shit.
Oh, dude.
It's so fucking annoying. Like, can you give WWE a shot to sign somebody? Like, for the love of God. But I mean, look who's thriving. It's not even the guy that has the cheat code. It's Paul.
It's fucking Paul.
Who has no cheat codes, and he has an angry father-in-law that doesn't like him.
It doesn't like him and always tries to fuck him over, man. And he's still getting shit done, man. Come on.
Makes Triple H look even better.
Exactly. It really does. It really fucking does. These AEW fans love to hit the generational Dynamite. We always hit the generational AEW rant every week.
We do. I got it. Yeah. Another one on the fucking record books. I don't think we've had a single episode in 2024 that hasn't included an AEW rant.
Nope. And it's probably going to continue if I'm a betting man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Again, like I said, continues to prove that he was the spoiled rich kid with this fucking, God, this New Japan cheat code shit really irks me. And again, like I said, this man Triple H got the odds stacked against him. And he's fucking he's outperforming him.
Doesn't make sense.
And he could barely get his hand on a free agent because fucking Tony Khan's immediately fucking sniffing their jock. Like, bro, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense, man, but I don't get it. And it really continues to irk me as the time goes on. But yeah, man, that's all we got. That's all we got for today, man. That is all we got for today. So yeah, that's everything, man. That's everything. Was there anything else you had, bro?
Nope.
Yeah, man, and that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Podcast, man. This has been episode 197. Thank you guys so much for joining us, man. Thank you guys so much, man. Logan, Bell, Durante, OG, Curvin. Thank you guys. Whether you were here or part of the Limey, can't forget Limey. Whether you guys were here as a part of the show or as a part of the Replay Mafia, man, thank you guys for being here for another great edition of the Notorious Hills podcast with another generational AEW rant.
Exactly.
So yeah, man, that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Hills podcast. Thank you guys so much for joining us. It has been always a pleasure from I, Johnny Mayhem.
And I, Sir K.
Oh God, Bell, the things this man would do to get anybody. Oh, I couldn't even imagine Roman Reigns. Oh God, don't even get me started.
I think he would take a week-long break from his favorite thing, which we all know is for Roman Reigns.
Probably.
He would not snap for a week straight for Roman Reigns.
Probably, man. I mean, he's staying up for a week straight anyway. So we all know what that has to do with. We all know what that has to do with. So yeah, man. So that is going to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for being here with us. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you guys on Monday with another generational AEW rant and Notorious Unscripted.
Peace.
I used to get pills on the bitch. Now I throw shields on the dick to stop me from that HIV shit. And niggas know they soft like a Twinkie fillin', playing the villain, prepare for this rap killing. Biggie Smalls is the illest. Your style is played out like Arnold when that what you talking about, Willis? The thrill is gone, the black Frank White is here to excite, throw dick to dice. Bitches are like I'm brainless, guns are like I'm stainless steel. I want the fucking fortune like the wheel. I squeeze cats till my clips is empty, don't tempt me. You don't want the fuck with the
I'll be damned if this ain't some shit. Time to spread the butter lyrics over harmony grip. It's the mood killer death trap. Yes, I'm a jet black ninja.